Hello, good morning, and happy Friday. Um, I'm just going to give you a minute for people to jump on to see that I'm here. Let me just, if somebody can let me know if you can hear me and see me, all right. That I definitely have gone live. They've changed it since I did it the last time, so it's always confusing and you're never 100% sure that you're doing it right. So if anybody is on and can hear me or see me, please let me know so that I can carry on. Oh, I think I am. I think it's all good. So just while we're waiting, there's Martin. Hi, Martin. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. So while we're waiting on a few people to to jump on, we'll just talk about. I'll just explain to you about the way I work up the chart of emotions. Now, we are emotional beings. Obviously, we're a big bundle of cells, what trillions and trillions of vibrating energy mass that feels. Primarily, we are emotional feeling beings on an electromagnetic field. Now, it's like a new paradigm. I always think it's like going from thinking the earth is flat to understanding that the earth is round. That's something that we've just accepted. And the kind of 3D to 5D, if you like, which is basically we thought we were these big meat suits, that we thought we were the body, and now we're starting to understand that the body is the vehicle, and we have phenomenal power over it. Power that we had absolutely no idea that we had. Hi, Julie. Hi, Leslie. Lovely to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Um, so, this is really what it's all about. It's about, do you believe you're powerful or do you believe you're powerless? And, this journey that I've been on for 4 decades, really seriously looking into why are some people happy and some people aren't, why are some people healthier, why are some people luckier, and there is absolutely no doubt that we can have a gift when we come in that others don't have, but we all have our gifts, and unfortunately the way our society works, it's all done in competition. We compare and we compete, and really that was never the way human beings were designed to interact, because we only thrive and we can only survive in communities. And Lynn McTaggart's phenomenal research categorically showed that community and altruism heals. And like I was saying from the kind of hill yesterday, food and exercise, absolutely. Getting out. We're designed to be outside all day anyway. We're never designed to be sitting and watching Netflix with the central heating cranked up. But that is, food and exercise is only part of it. And the more we're learning and understanding, it's connection to nature, connection to each other, and connection to creation. Morning, Heather. Lovely to see you. So, anyway, I'm sure if you're on here listening to me, I don't have to convince you about the power. And I was doing some research this morning for this book, such an exciting book that we're creating for you for the Heal Scotland movement. It's not just for Scottish people, it's for anybody on our kind of landmass, and what you can do anywhere in the world on a landmass to recharge your battery and to reconnect. But my passion is letting go. That is the thing that transformed my life. And so if you think about the chart of emotions, in the Sedona method, we have 9 emotions. It goes apathy, grief, fear. That's the kind of low energy, anger, lust, pride, and there's a little bit more energy coming in there, and up to courageousness, acceptance, and peace. So we have 3 expanded emotional states, and we have 6 more contracted, denser, heavier states. Now, we will experience all of these, and right now you're probably experiencing them all in one day, a bit like the weather in Scotland. We are have been on a roller coaster of a year. I don't think any of us really, we knew there was a change coming and we knew that things had to change. But I don't think any of us could really have perceived that this was the way it was going to happen. So we're all having to adapt. We don't like change. Let's face it, we don't like change. And we don't like the unknown. And we are all in that place right now where we really have no idea what's going on and what we're allowed to do today could change tomorrow. So there's an uncertainty about it. So what I want to do with you now is just show you how you can move up the chart of emotions much more consciously. Now, always keep the mind open. If you're feeling apathetic, and let me just get the chart of emotions for you so that I really want you to understand that when you let go, you will move up the chart of emotions. But you may still stay in the more contracted emotions where the problems are, because the problems are in contraction and the solutions are in the expansion. So but you'll start to see a little bit of light and think, oh, okay, maybe, because down here in apathy, let me just read apathy to you. So you will be feeling dejected, hopeless, defeated, futile, negative, and powerless. And you'll be thinking, I can't, it won't work, I'm doomed, it's no use. So you see, it's all over down in this apathetic state. And you will be behaving passively, unfocused, inattentive, disassociated, forgetful, and you'll just want to give up. Now, I think we've all been in that place where it seems hopeless and you feel powerless. But that is just a vibrational state that you can, when you really understand and learn this stuff, you can choose to move yourself out of. Or you can wallow in it for a bit, because there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just like, oh, I'm too tired, bloody protocols and all that stuff, do this, do that, do the next thing. It's exhausting. We're getting bombarded with all the brilliant ideas from people wanting to help fix us, including me. So just let's forget about getting fixed and let's just think, right, can we learn to manage our emotional guidance system? If you're interested in Jerry Hicks, they'll tell you if it feels bad, you're thinking about the wrong thing, and if it feels good, you're thinking about the right thing. What could be simpler than that? But most of us end up focusing on the worst case scenario. And when we focus, morning Lynn, when we focus on the worst case scenario, we immediately put the body into fight or flight because the body thinks there's a problem and we need to get out of it. And we go into the fight or flight state. And most of us are staying in that stress state, they reckon 80% of our day. And that is clearly not good for your happiness, it's not good for your clarity, it's not good for your immune system, and it's not good for anybody that's around you either. So when we can move apathy up to grief, I'm not going to read them all out, but I'll read a few, and then up to fear. That's the lower ones. And then we start moving on. Where am I now? And then we come into lust and pride, lust, anger, and pride. And lust, you'll be thinking greedy, ambitious, insatiable, voracious, jealous, longing. That's how you'll be feeling. And then you'll be thinking, I just want to understand. I need you. I want you. I'm starving. I like it this way. And then you'll be behaving in addictive ways, manic, manipulative, covert, intense, and selfish. So we don't really want that, do we? But again, these are all emotions that we all feel. Everybody in the world feels them. And this is about not staying stuck in these lower frequencies, learning to take yourself out. So here's what happens when we get up to courage, and this is where I'm going to take you to today, if you will allow me. And you will be feeling focused, grounded, assured, eager, alive, resilient. And you'll be thinking, let's work together. It can be effortless, and I'm willing to take risks. Let's do it. And you will be behaving, your behaviour will be resourceful, cooperative, spontaneous, supportive, dynamic, and decisive. So I trying to try connection as opposed to connection. Ah, okay. So can you feel the difference even in these words? So when we move up by letting go over and over and over again, till we move from problem to solution, because we want to be up here. And what the mind, the conscious mind, obviously is like this. This is, it's the one that looks out and says things. This is the way things are. We see and we believe. But when you go into the subconscious, you understand that there's loads and loads of programs, habits, hurts, betrayals, traumas that we've recorded since we were born, and they are running the show for us. They're affecting the way we behave in our relationships and in our health and in our wealth. So let me go through the three things where we can possibly um, be the three areas that can be causing us stress. So we have one, health, our health. So either you may right now be feeling that you're worried about your health, you're worried about a loved one's health, or maybe you've been given a diagnosis or a prognosis that scares you. That's really what primarily I help people to work with. Scaring people about what their body's doing is never helpful, never. Understanding and learning about the body and how to rebalance it, yes, but not terrifying and then making them feel powerless. So your health is key and it's very, very important right now. Your wealth. And this is another reason I wanted to talk about this today, because obviously people's businesses are being destroyed, a lot of redundancies already, and that is only going to get worse. And if you've never been skint and struggling for money, you'll know how incredibly stressful that is, not just on you, but on your relationship. So our wealth and being comfortable in our wealth, I don't mean being a multimillionaire, just not having to worry about buying your food or getting your kids whatever they need. That is really impacts your health as well. So your wealth and your health. And then the biggie, relationships. Now obviously we've got all the relationships that we have. We've got maybe you've got children, parents, siblings, friends, work colleagues, all the different relationships that we have, and then you'll have the other people's relationships that are affecting you. For example, your in-laws, maybe your sisters or your brother's partner, all the people, the human beings in the world, your boss, maybe the team that you're managing. There's human beings, other human beings in my experience are possibly where you're picking up on most of your stress. And that comes from about wanting control. So, and what I know now is that if you have harmonious relationships, um, primarily harmonious relationships or relationships that you can talk things through with people, that will impact your health no end. Toxic relationships, and certainly from in your childhood, can really, really destroy the body. So, without any further ado, let's get on with this. Let me just check what everybody's saying here. I don't this new setup. I don't know how to move it. Okay, well, I'll look in my phone in a little while. So, what we want to do is, I use letting go for me. Hilda Waskin is the most amazing, powerful teacher I've ever met. I love Joe Dispenza, obviously, and Greg and Bruce. But letting go for me was much, much easier than meditation. It's kind of very practical. It gives you something to do. So, and most of us like that process, whether it's, we want to feel that we're doing something. So, what I would like you to do is think of something, somebody, something, maybe something from the past, or it might just be a feeling of stress. Think of something that you would like to let go of, and I'll demonstrate to you how you can come up the emotional guidance scale. And there's loads of ways to do this. But what you want to do is have enough, is to understand, A, that you can do it, that you are the master of your emotions. And I loved Wim Hof the other day saying, we can put people in the moon and we can't manage our emotions. We have an anxiety pandemic going on right now. Our kids are anxious, and that terrifies me. And we're not teaching them how to breathe, how to let go, how to communicate the most basic human needs. So learn this, practice it, teach your kids as well, because this is the only thing you ever need to be a good human. So when reaction response, it's really powerful to do this exercise. If somebody's really irritating you, And let's face it, even within families, we've all got very strongly different opinions on what's going on right now and what should be done about it, and who are the good leaders and who are the crap leaders. We're all arguing and debating and falling out, let's face it, about that. Um, what's true, what's not true, who can you trust, who can you not trust. So if there's somebody in your life that's really causing you, you're allowing to cause you stress, then it's good to do it in a person because it's very measurable. You'll be able to absolutely be in that, you'll notice the change in the relationship. Because when you resist, because that's what we do, because we want to be right. No, it's this way, no, it's that way. And we push, pull. And when somebody lets go, the energy just dissipates and dissolves. And when you let go, they need to be right and wanting them to understand your opinion and realise how stupid they are, then everything changes. So when we look out in the world and we think this person's like that, and we have a very fixed view, they're not like that. We're all up, down, round the houses. We all change, and we change when we're with different people. I bet you can scream at your partner and then be loving with your child almost within the same sentence. We are doing it naturally. We're switching on and switching off. But what happens is these programs that we've repeated over and over and over run, and we start to expect people to behave in a certain way. So we go looking, quite literally, we go looking for trouble, and guess what? We get it. So if you've all got something now that you would like to let go on, and let's just focus first of all on the people that are really pushing your buttons right now, really annoying. So what I want you to do first is just take a nice, we'll do the 4-7-8 breath. It's always a good idea to get yourself as calm as possible before you start the work, because then you're not firing all these neural pathways and all that chemistry. You can really tune into the body and see what's there, because this is a new relationship with your body. Your body is communicating with you. It's so intelligent. It's telling you everything you need to know. So we have to change the way we perceive this phenomenal, intelligent mass, this ecosystem, and we change in our relationship with it and listening to it, really listening, and letting go of the outdated information that we've been given by well-meaning others. So let's just do this 4-7-8. So breathing in, hold, and out. And in, hold, and out. And in, hold, and out. Okay. You might feel yourself a little bit calmer right there. So now what I want you to do is just get the person or persons into your mind's eye. You're going into the past, you're taking a memory, and you're pulling it in, you're revisiting it, and you're listening to how your body is reacting to that memory. The memory could be 5 minutes ago, but everything from now, before now, is the past. So think about the person. Really see them in all their annoying glory and all their polarised opinions. And really feel in the body, what are the cells saying? You might feel it in your heart, your throat, your gut. Just observe what is there right now. Listen to the energy, the intelligence. This is the new relationship you're creating in this phenomenal spaceship that you're inside of. Where can you feel it? And just for now, can you just allow whatever's there to be there? Don't judge it, don't label it, don't try and figure it out. Look at the energy, embrace it, welcome it, and then just let it go. It's not in the breath. This is all about clear intention. Let it go. Take your arms nice and wide and mean it. Tell the body, we're on this. We're letting go. We're not hiding in a corner, hoping for the best. We're intending to let this go. Just for fun. You can always pick it up again if you don't like the feeling of peace and acceptance. Okay. Your intention. Clean, clear intention, not half-assed. You have to decide. Clarity. I am letting this go. Now, don't be surprised if resistance comes in. That's really normal because we don't want to let people off the hook. Because the ego comes in and is like, no, don't let that go. Hold on. Hanging on is part of human nature. Let me hold on to my grudge, my resentment, my rage, my hurt, my disappointment, because you think if you let go, you're letting them off the hook. But guess who gets off the hook? You. The suffering that you have been causing for yourself without knowing will just dissolve and release. And you will come up the chart of emotions and you will see, feel, and think differently. Okay? So let's just stay with that person or the same thing you were working on that first time. So what I want you to do this time again, same thing. Close your eyes. It's easier to do this with your eyes closed. And really see the person or the people who are triggering you and making you so mad and judgmental and whatever they're making you. Really feel that feeling in your body. It's a memory and it's a reaction to the memory. So just be aware of that. Stop taking it personally. Just really listen to what the cells are saying, this vibrating mass of molecules. You're in this interdependent two-way communication. What's there? And just allow whatever's there to be there. And then just let it go. Set it free. And just really pay attention, stay in the body. This is all about the language of feelings. What are you feeling? The language of the subconscious, which is the body. What is the body saying? Okay, so you may have noticed a change. Please do not be disappointed if you have not noticed a change yet, because if you have really intended, you will have released. But the feeling can be very subtle, so just pay attention for the next few days. So we're going to go back to that same person or persons. There could be a few pushing the same buttons. And this time, was there any wanting control? Do we want to control that person? We want to control what they think, what they feel, what they should be doing and thinking and believing? Or was there any feeling out of control that they're trying to control us? We can't do anything. So it's all about wanting control or either wanting to control others or feeling that they're trying to control you. And there's a ton of that going on right now. So can you just welcome all wanting control and then just let it go? Set it free. And again, this doesn't have to take long, just clear intention. Any wanting security or feeling insecure. Can you welcome all wanting security and just let it go? And is there any wanting approval? It's another biggie. Wanting approval from others or from yourself. You're not disapproving of yourself, or are you disapproving of others? Judging. So can you just welcome all wanting approval and just let it go? Set it free. And is there any wanting separation, feeling cut off and lonely, or wanting to be cut off and away from others? Welcome all wanting separation and just let it go. Set it free. And any wanting oneness, just wanting to be at peace, can you welcome that too? And just let it go. And is it any taking it personally? I think people are doing it to you. Or are you trying to do it to people? So can you welcome any feeling that it's personal, that you're a victim in this? Welcome all of that and just let it go. And is there any trying to figure it all out? Oh, why, where, when, if, would, should, could? All of that trying to figure it out. Welcome it completely and just let it go. And welcome any feeling of waiting, waiting for things to change, waiting for the next announcement till we can be happy. Welcome any feeling of waiting and just let it go. And any wishing it was different. Welcome all wishing it was different, wishing they were different, wishing it was different, all of it, and just let it go. Okay, I want you to think of the person again, or the persons again. And just check in now and see if the reaction has changed. If you have gone up the emotional scale and are less judgmental or opposed to the other human, just see how it feels. And please feel free to let me know on here if you have noticed a change. And again, if you haven't, don't worry. Sometimes if you've noticed, especially if you've never done this before, it's like, really? It can't be this simple. And the mind wants to come in. So just be patient. Trust me, this works. I have seen miracles happen with this stuff. Just gently, gently, gently intending to let go. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want you to take the same person or persons and we're going to do a polarity release on them. So I want you to think of them and how annoying they are, how totally stupid you thought they were. How could they believe all these things? How can they not see what's really going on? What is wrong with them? Why are they obeying the rules, breaking the rules? Why? And then I want you to flip to the other side of that where you just feel compassion and understanding that everybody is doing their best from where they're at, from the lens and the conditioning and the program that they've experienced in life. and that we are one and love heals all. And then flip back to, what are you doing? Why are you saying that? Why can you not understand? Judge, 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 react, 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 and put all this vitriol, name calling, and then flip back to we're all souls here having a journey, doing our best. We've all had suffering and pain, and compassion and love is what's going to change the game. And then flip back again, more judgment, more anger, more grief, more fear. What are you doing? What about me, 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 me? And then flip back again to an all seeing and understanding, compassionate view of a soul who is doing their best. So, how did that feel? Could you see that we are choosing how to look at people? And when you judge somebody, they're this, they're that, they always do that, nah, nah, nah. Guess who sells? Get the contraction. You know, we are reflecting, everything's getting reflected back to us. If you know anything about Joe Dispenza's work, you'll understand you come down into the speed of light, you start to think you're separate, and you start that absolute process of somebody does something and you judge them, then you have to look. We all have our shadow sides. We all have our good days and bad days. It's inside every one of us. So instead of looking for the bad and getting what you expect, start really, you might have to dig quite deep, but start looking at all the good things that people do for you. And that will just think, I mean, right now, if you thought of a beautiful sandy white beach, warm sun, palm trees, that aquamarine, gorgeous, clear ocean colour. You know, just by taking your mind to that lovely thought of a, you can change your chemistry in a few seconds. But what we're doing is we're doing it the other way around. We look at somebody and we just think of all the negative things. And that's just what we do. But particularly in our families and with the people that we're supposed to love, we just bring out all the bad stuff instead of bringing out all the good stuff. So go digging for some good stuff. Okay, so that's a little bit on the people that are annoying you and the people that you forgot you're connected to. We all forget. It's like, what? How could you think that? How could you feel it? And the rage comes in and then it becomes real. And of course, we start to create our own story. Everybody's making up their stories about what's going on right now, and I'm not sure anybody really truly knows. I just keep my mantra as the great awakening, the great awakening. And that's all I'm keeping my focus on. So let's look a little bit at our thoughts. You know, Serona's very much about it does affect your thinking, absolutely no doubt about it, but it's really good when you've got these strong feelings in your body, you can really dive into the feeling, dive in over and over, and you can really just, when you understand the body's just an energy mass, an electromagnetic mass, there is nothing, it might feel solid, the emotion, but it's not, it's just energy, and you with your intention can basically dissolve it. Like diving into the sea and parting the water, you just change that whole energy system. So your feelings are just energy that can be expressed, that can be suppressed, or that can be released. And that's what we're seeing now. It's like every day we have got stuff that's going in and in and in. So put your bin out at the end of each night and just let stuff go, let it all go. Because your subconscious, you know what your computer's like if there's too much stuff on the hard drive and you've got tons of stuff all over the desktop. It slows down, doesn't it? It doesn't work the way it should. You need to get rid of all that garbage. Letting go gets rid of all your emotional garbage. So let's look at the thoughts. So right now, there's this big thing about who's awake and who's asleep, which again is just, there may be an element of truth in that some people are seeing things that others aren't. But again, it's thinking that's right or wrong and judging people who think they're awake or not awake, depending on how you decide. what level of consciousness you're at. And of course, the whole thing is, there's it's the non-judgment, because the judgment is affecting our body and it's affecting our relationships. And some of these relationships you can't get away from if it's at work and if it's in your home and in your family. So you need to look at them and resolve them. And these techniques will really help you. So, thoughts. Byron Katie's The Work. So I'm thinking, how could they be so stupid? Okay, so that thought is, they are stupid. So the first thing you ask is that true? Is it true that they are stupid? Let's even look at what people say about Trump supporters. Are they all stupid? Is it true? Clearly, that's not true. Some people just perceive it differently. So, but going believing that thought, they're all stupid, what does that do? It causes more division, more separation. We don't listen because we want to be right. Our point of view is right. So when we just say, right, okay, is it true that all Trump supporters are stupid? No. Or maybe you're still thinking it's yes. Question number two is, how does it make you feel when you choose to believe that thought? Does it make you feel angry? Does it make you feel superior? Because that's another thing, I'm so much better than you are. I do so much more work on myself than you are. I do so many more courses than you are. So we're thinking we're better than others, and we're all the same. That's the hilarious part. So, question number two, can you be absolutely 100% sure that all Trump supporters are stupid? Well, I would think by now you'd be saying, well, no. You probably know a few that aren't. So, question number three, how does it make you feel when you choose to believe that thought? So, there's two key words there. You're choosing to believe and you're believing. And you're choosing what to believe. So, how does it make you feel when you choose to believe that thought? How does it make you feel? Is it positive or negative? Is it acceptance or is it lust and fear? Clearly, it's a contracted, judging feeling which says we are separate from you. So, question number four is, who would you be without that thought that other people are stupid, which suggesting that we are cleverer and that there is a division and a separation between us, rather than everybody just coming at it from a different perspective. So, then you do the turnaround, which becomes very interesting. So, Trump supporters are stupid becomes Trump supporters are smart, if we're saying that smart's the opposite of stupid. And that just feel into that and then turn it around again. I am stupid. And just feel into that. So you just turn it round. What is true there? And what are you choosing to believe? And how is it making yourselves feel? Maybe you don't understand why some people would vote Biden or Trump or whoever it is. So really what's underneath that is that I do not understand you. And then that comes round to, I do not understand me. So always, always, always with this work, we bring it back to ourselves. What is in here? Do you fully understand yourself and how you're feeling and being and reacting? And when you clear out all your old programs and patterns, what is there? What truly is there? You understand that we're all just having this experience. And the main thing we have to do right now is to keep up this vibrational scale. So if we go choosing and believing these heavy thoughts and judgments, we bring ourselves down and we'll bring everybody in the house in the workplace down to like that. Somebody showed me that in a chair. You can pull somebody down much easier than you can lift them up. So really we need to be very mindful, continuously working your way up the emotional scale and using the techniques. So is it true when you say something to somebody, they're like this, they do that, always, every time you say something out loud negative about another human being, ask yourself immediately, is that true? And see how it feels. Is it kind? Is it true? Or is it your perception? Right, so we're going to finish off by doing some EFT. I'm just going to check on my phone and see if there's anything because I can't see anything in this computer. This new, they've changed it and it's not nearly as intuitive, but maybe it's because I'm doing something wrong. I'm not sure if anybody's asked any questions. Okay, that's okay. So feel free to PM me, ask me any questions that you have about letting go. Know that this works. It takes courage. It's much easier to just stay in your wee comfort zone and ignore everything that's going on under there. But now's the time. It's coming up to surface, and with this divisive time, we will be reacting to each other, and that can bring out a lot of pain and suffering in a time where we need to be pulling together. So please, please, please use the techniques and resolve and get your relationships back onto an even footing. So tap with me. Even although I've been feeling judgmental and I've been feeling really strong emotions of anger, whatever it is, whatever your hatred, judgment, overwhelm, sadness, panic, fear, even although I've been going through all the emotional scale and I've been feeling lost and confused, hurt, abandoned, whatever it is you've been feeling, get it all up and out. I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. Even although I've been having these negative feelings, and even although I've been judging fellow souls, and even although I'm not really sure what's going to happen tomorrow, or the next day, or next month, or next year, when is this going to end? I've been trying to figure it all out, and I've been taking things personally. But I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. Okay, nice deep breath. And you can just keep going with that, just keep going round and round, even although I'm thinking these dark thoughts, even although I'm wanting to murder somebody, even although whatever it is, get it up and get it out. And then we go in with our affirmations and the neural pathways we want to lay down. I'm letting go of all this fear. I am a powerful, spiritual, amazing being. I'm letting go of any limiting beliefs that no longer serve me. And I'm letting go of all judgment of others who are just doing their best. I allow myself to stay in the higher frequencies, the higher emotions. I allow myself to help people to feel better, not worse. I'll do my best to diffuse all fear within myself and others in the family and in my workplace. I'm letting go of all judgment of others. I allow myself to trust and surrender to this process while taking the appropriate action for me. I'm letting go of any need for approval and worrying about what the neighbours think. I allow myself to tap into my intuition and inner guidance. I have all the answers in here, in these incredible, intelligent, vibrating cells. I just need to listen and communicate. I'm powerful and I'm healing. I allow my relationships to be harmonious and loving. I'm letting go of wanting to be right. I'm letting go of shoving my points of view down others' throats, honestly. I allow myself to feel greater levels of joy and peace. I have the power to change how I feel. It feels amazing to be in control of my emotions and to send out love and compassion to the world. I am a powerful being. Okay, deep breath. So there you go. Let me know how you feel now. Think of that person again. There was a person, that people that were triggering you, that you were allowing to affect your body and your happiness levels, your energy levels, because it's tiring, this stuff, right? So just think, get them in your mind's eye now and see how it feels. And see if it's changed, see if they've changed. So I hope you got something out of that. The one thing that you have to do is practice, practice, practice letting go every day. And even if it's 5 minutes tapping, sitting in the car, waiting for your kids from school, just get in there. All the feelings that are there, the stress in the body, welcome it and just let it go. Breathe. And if you really fancy it, get into the cold. That'll give you that reset. Okay, well, if anybody's got any questions they would like to ask me before I sign off, um, please feel free. Let me see. I'm going to put this on the last time I could. Not all good. Okay, well, I'm glad it's helped. As I say, don't be disappointed. The mind might be saying, that didn't work, you didn't let go of anything, did it? And that's really common. But just trust. If you intend, clearly intend, to let go of your suffering, nothing can stop you. It's an inside job. So, huge love to you all. Have a phenomenal weekend. Practice, practice, let go. Ciao.